Hey everyone. I thought after our last card pull on third eye activation, reminding us of the power of focusing on the third eye energy and noticing and trusting our intuition, that it would be very fitting just to do a short little practice today. This one's a little less physically focused and it's more energetically focused, working with the third eye and third eye activation. So I thought we'd start in a seated cross-leg position. Of course, you can do this practice primarily today in a chair as well, if that's more comfortable for you. And so when you get into your seated position, whatever that looks like for you, I invite you to rest your hands either palms down or palms up on the knees or thighs. Take a moment, let's roll the shoulders so they're open, our spine is straight without being overly, you want to be like rigid, but just poised posture. And just a slight tuck of our chin. Let the head just feel neutral. And then when you're ready, feel free to close your eyes. And just take a deep breath in your nose, out your mouth. Let's do two more just like that. In your nose, take your time, no rush. Slight pause at the top this time. Exhale slowly through the nose. Inhale through the nose. Slight pause at the top. Exhale through the nose. And then fall into your natural breath. So just feeling for a moment now what your breath is doing in your body. Getting grounded and centered in this moment. Just noticing your breathing and what that feels like. No need to change it. And feeling your legs, your feet, your seat connected to the mat. Feeling your hands, the weight of your hands resting on your legs. And feeling your torso moving up from your seat. Feeling the length in your spine. Softening your shoulders. Softening your jaw and tongue. Moving your attention now to the space between your eyebrows. So bringing your awareness in this moment to that space between your eyebrows and just feeling what is there in the moment. There might be a sensation, there might not be, and that's okay. Just noticing what's there. With our focus on this third eye center between our eyebrows, just setting the intention for yourself now. I soften my outer focus and turn inward. I soften my outer focus and turn inward. Just let that land. And take a deep breath in and out. Let that intention settle. Now taking your right hand, and just bring our right thumb to that space between the eyebrows. So just a little bit above the space between the eyebrows. And just let the thumb rest there lightly. Okay. Just that space just between the eyebrows, just letting it rest there. If you're left-handed, you might feel more comfortable using the left thumb. So really helping to bring our focus to that space between the eyebrows. Feeling the pressure of the thumb. You're now inhale slowly through the nose. And we're going to imagine breath flowing in the nose all the way up to that spot on the forehead. Exhale, release. Inhale, again, bringing the breath in the nose all the way up to the third eye center. And then exhale fully, softening your face and jaw. So continuing with this third eye breathing in the nose, sending the breath, the energy of the breath up to that third eye center. And then exhale, release. You might begin to visualize as you're sending the breath up to that center, a small glowing indigo light that starts to grow with every inhale. Just soft indigo light being fed by the breath. Go 3 more breaths. After your last breath, releasing the arm back down and releasing the visualization and falling back into your natural breath. And now just feeling what is at the third eye center in this moment. All right, when you're ready, feel free to slowly open your eyes, just bring yourself back into the space. Deep breath in and out. There we go. And so we've had, if you're in the seated cross-leg position like I am, we've had our legs crossed this position for just a few minutes here. Let's take them out, give them a little shake. And then we're going to cross in the opposite direction. Okay, if you're still on the chair, that's totally fine for this next part. You can absolutely adjust. We're going to move into a bit of a seated cat-cow sequence, and you can absolutely do that in a seated chair position as well. So hands can be on the knees. I find that works best for me. Or some people do prefer hands on shins, so you'll have to feel it out for yourself. We've done this one a few times in the past, so just we're really going to focus this time, because we're talking about our third eye and our inner vision, using our eyes. So normally on the seated cat-cow, we inhale, we open up with the cat, open the chest up, we bring up our chin, right, tilting our pelvis back, so making lots of space for the inhale. But we're really going to focus on bringing our eyes, lifting our eyes up as well. And then exhale, when we go into seated cow, we're going to tuck our chin, or sorry, seated cat. Sorry, that was cow we were just in. We're going to tuck our chin and our pelvis. Use your hands on the knees for support here. And we're going to roll our gaze down. So a special focus on the eyes here. So we're flowing with our breath. So inhale, opening up, lifting the gaze. Exhale, we're tucking the chin and we're bringing the gaze down. So inhale and exhale. Getting the eyes involved here. So go whatever pace feels good for you. Definitely want to lead with the breath. And I invite you to notice as you're moving along the movement of your spine and the movement of energy up the spine, all the way up to your forehead, to your third eye. Seeing if you can focus on that as well. As we move through this a couple more times, feeling the energy building. And then after your last exhale, let's come back to the seated position. Let your hands just rest on knees and thighs. I invite you to close your eyes one more time here. And just noticing, focusing your attention on that third eye center between the eyebrows. Noticing any sensation in that area. All right. And then slowly open your eyes, bring yourself back. And we're going to move now into child's pose. So I was just on a pillow here. You can use that definitely either under your seat in child's or for your forehead. So totally up to you. I think today I'm going to use it for my forehead. Another option with a pillow or a block is like, especially if you have I know some people hips not wanting to touch the heels in child's, you can always use your pillow as support between the heels and your seat as well. Okay. I'm going to use it today for my little extra support for my forehead. So we're going to come into child's whatever way feels best for you. So for me, I typically will touch the big toes. And I like to bring my knees wider than hip distance. And then slowly easing myself down. Arms can either be out in front or they can be down at your sides. Okay, up to you. It's going to shift here. There we go. So either at the sides or they can be out in front. This version, we normally say either forehead down or cheek down on the mat, or you can also use your hands if you prefer for support underneath as well. For this one, if it's physically feels good for you, to bring the forehead down to meet the mat or the block or the cushion, okay? Just to focus on that region. So whatever version you're in is fine. Make sure that you are able to come to some ease and rest in this position. So forehead on the mat or cushion. Taking a deep breath. Let yourself soften and come to stillness. And feeling the pressure of the mat on the third eye center between the brows. And feeling that connection of the earth to the third eye center. Maintaining your focus on that third eye center. Couple more breaths. Just noticing what's coming up for you. Allowing it to be. All right. When you're ready, you can slowly use your hands just to help guide yourself all the way back up. I'm going to scoot the legs off to one side. And we're going to bring the legs long out in front. So coming into a seated, staff pose to start here. Just making sure that your seat is even on the mat. Now, if your hamstrings and calves are really tight, you can always keep a little bend in the knees. That feels more supportive. So arms out the sides, opening up the chest, slight flex of the toes towards you. We're going to inhale all the way up, arms all the way up, and then exhale, hinging at the hips, coming into our seated forward fold. So just take a breath here. We're not pushing. We're not trying to get the biggest stretch ever today. We're just sinking into surrendering and allowing whatever is there. Can we just accept that it's there? And just observe and allow. Deep breath. Use your breath. One more breath. Inhale, slowly bring yourself all the way back up. I'm going to bring the soles of the feet together here. Let's bring the heels closer to the torso if that feels okay. Hands can be on the ankles here for support. We're going to open up the chest, coming into cobbler's pose. Deep breath, bringing the crown of the head up. And then if it feels good, exhale, coming into a bit of a fold here. You can bring your hands out for support. One more breath. And inhale, just guide yourself all the way back up. And we're going to come back into our seated cross-leg position. So if you prefer a cushion here, feel free to support yourself. Letting the hands rest. This time, palms up on the knees or thighs. Again, poised posture. We're just going to lengthen our spine. Slight tuck of the chin, closing the eyes. Deep breath in and out. Bringing the attention back to that third eye center, that space between the eyebrows. Every deep breath in, visualizing that indigo light growing brighter. Exhale, release. Inhale, the soft indigo light shines bright. Saying quietly now to yourself, while maintaining your focus on the third eye center. I trust my inner guidance. I trust my inner guidance. I trust my inner guidance. Noticing anything that is coming up for you in this moment, and just observing. If there's anything that you have a question about moving forward, asking it quietly to yourself now. And then quietly listening to anything that comes up in response. Not judging, just allowing it to come up. All right. And taking a deep breath in and out. Let's bring our palms together and our thumbs pressed to the heart center. Taking a moment of gratitude for this time and space for our practice. And bringing our thumbs to the third eye center. One more deep breath, focusing on this center. Bringing gratitude for space and time to focus on our inner guidance and our inner knowing. May we trust our inner knowing. Namaste.